Hey everybody, Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. Thanks for checking out the channel today. If this is your first time checking us out, we're a Christmas tree farm here in Central Virginia. We're in our second year of operation, so we just got little tiny baby trees sitting out there. They're going to be 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 more years still before any of those are ready to cut your own. And our channel is all about us growing this business from the ground up. Today I'm working on some firewood again. I've shared a few videos of this. I'm trying to start a little bit of a firewood business, selling bundled firewood. And all last fall, winter, early this spring, I've done some clearing in some of the wooded areas, taking down some trees along the tree line and taking down some dead trees, and then I ended up splitting a whole bunch of that, and now I've got a nice little collection of firewood. But what I realized here, and I shared this in an earlier video, is that this area here, I'm going to spin you around, where I've got my firewood sitting is under all these trees. It doesn't get much sun during the day. It hasn't gotten much sun all summer. So I want to get this out in the open. I want to get it up on the hilltop where it's going to get good breeze and it's going to get sun all day. And a lot of this wood was also split by hand. So there's some really big chunks in here still. And since I'm selling bundled wood, mostly for campfire use or recreational use and not for heating, I'm going to break all this down into smaller pieces now that I've got this log splitter. So that's what I'm working on today. I pulled the truck up to the log splitter here. I'm pulling pulling pieces of firewood off of the pile here, splitting them, throwing them on the truck, and then I'll cart them up the hill behind the camera and add them to the pile that I've got going up there. So that's what I'm working on here today. Thanks for following along, and if you got any questions or comments about what we're doing here on our farm, leave those down below. And I'm gonna get to work because I only got about 20-30 minutes here, so I'm just gonna load up maybe a truckload or two. It's not even gonna be a full load because I got a bunch of stuff in there, so I'm just gonna pile some wood on the back of the truck and cart it up. Probably got time to do about 2 loads of that, and then I'm gonna have to roll out of here. So here we go. So what I've been doing as I've been working through this pile, I've got a mix of hardwoods and pine in here, and really just trying to sell the hardwoods. I might do some pine for campfire wood, but none of it's even close to being dry enough for this year. So I'm kind of separating all the pine out. And as I work through this pile, there were a few trees that we took down that were standing dead, so they have a little bit of rot on the outside. I'm not going to put any of that in my firewood for sale pile either. We'll just burn that on our fire pit here. So I'm kind of going through this, and on this side I've got everything that I've sorted out. It's a mix of pine and rotten stuff, and some of the limb wood and some of the pieces that were cut too short and that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing. It's just going through here, moving the stuff that's not going to end up being in the for sale pile. Like this one here, this was a piece of oak from standing dead. It's all rotten on the outside, but I can probably knock that off and get one piece for the pile. So I'll put that over there near the splitter. Some oak and some maple there. All this limb wood I'm going to put in our fire pit pile over here. That one's good. as I mentioned, I'm mostly just moving this so that the firewood does better at drying out. You can actually see right here these little tags that we put on the fence. You can see the breeze up here. It's blowing pretty good. I couldn't feel this at all down the hill where I'm splitting my firewood, which is actually just down there. You can see the hand washing station and the log splitter down there. So it's not far away, but it's just sheltered. It's at the little bottom of the hill there. It's kind of got trees on three sides of it, and most of the winds that we get here flow across the property in this direction, and this spot will almost always get good wind, and it gets sun all day when it's sunny. Today's cloudy, but down there in that bottom it just doesn't get any of this. So I'm hoping doing this little extra work moving this wood is gonna give me some sellable wood for this year. I got time for one more load. Let's get it done. Alright, got another load. This load's actually got a few more pieces in it than the first one. Go add it to the pile. It's about all I got time for today. While I'm unloading this, I'll fill you in on a couple things we got coming up here in the next several weeks here on the farm. And if it sounds like something you're interested in, you should go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can follow along with our future videos. Well, we're well into the second half of August here, so if we're thinking about what's coming up for our farm, we've got fall planting is kind of the big thing. We're going to be getting trees in around the third week, maybe into the fourth week of October, and putting the trees in the ground pretty much as soon as they come. So we're going to pretty much prep our soil for the same way that we did last year, where we use the subsoiler a bit and then we come back over with the tiller. The only addition that I have is what I showed you in the previous video. I have a sprayer now, so I'm going to try to spray all the ground first and then get it tilled, wait 2 weeks and spray again, and hopefully that knocks out all of the weed seeds that are going to sprout here late in the season. We'll still get stuff sprout in the spring and we'll have to come back over it, but hoping that at least gives us a head start on the weed control for next year. Anyway, all that's to say that in the coming weeks there's going to be a lot of videos with us running the tractors around, doing the subsoiling, doing the spraying, doing the tilling, waiting a little while, doing the tilling again. It's going to be a video or two of us planting, so all that's coming up. I've got a few trees around the property that I've identified as being dead, and as soon as we get done with all the prep work for planting season, I might take down a tree or two, and then pretty much right after that we got to start thinking about setting up for Christmas time. We're going to sell pre-cut trees again. If you followed us along for a while now, you saw us last year. We sold pre-cut trees. Actually right up here in front of where this wood pile is right now is where the tree lot's going to be. We're up here kind of near the front of our property, and right behind the camera is my shed. and we've got electric now in the shed, so we can set up a tree lot, we can run some lighting, we can we're going to do a few things a little bit different with the tree lot, but anyway, that'll be set up in November, and we're planning on opening right in the beginning of, not in the beginning, the day after Thanksgiving. Friday after Thanksgiving is when we'll be open for our first day for tree sales. So that is the plan. You kind of see, like, we're in August now, we're already talking about stuff in late November, but there's a lot of things that we've got to line up here between now and then. So if you want to follow along and you want to watch us as we build this business from the ground up, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to get notified of our future videos, hit the little bell icon right next to the subscribe button and you can get notifications. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks for following along. If you got any questions or comments, leave those below or send us a message. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.